for this series of exercises, first we have to look at some details of the basic posture, carry the tiger, and the celestial tiger. The basic posture is at the core of just about every move that we do, both here in these basic exercises, but also later on in the form. And we find within it all the basic elements. So first of all, the basic posture starts with the feet. Parallel, feet are basically underneath the shoulders. So it's a nice relaxed stance, right? If you just bounce, feet are right underneath you. You don't want to have your feet too wide, nice and relaxed under your shoulders. From here, the knees are bent slightly, and you're tucking in the waist. There's a slight dip of the waist. You don't want to make it excessive. This is not about over tucking the waist. This is simply dropping the tailbone, relaxing the lower back, dropping the tailbone so that the hips tuck as your knee bend. Now the spine is nice and vertical, right? So there's a line that goes from the crown of the head through the body, through the hips and the legs into the feet, nice in the middle of the feet. And you can feel if you're leaning slightly forward, your toes start to clamp up and try to grab forward, and you feel all the tension in the front of the leg. If you're leaning too far back, the toes start floating up and you feel like you're going to fall down. So find first that nice vertical that connects the crown of the head through the body into the middle of the feet. Now you know you're nice and vertical. Knees are bent, feet are parallel, hips are slightly tucked. Now, we're also going to sink in the chest, also known as rounding the back. And what that means is that when we raise the arms, right, which is the basic posture right here, we're not going to raise them from the shoulder. We're going to actually raise them using the upper back. What that means is we're going to round the back. So this is not slumping. This is rounding the chest. We're flattening the shoulder blades. Right? So the shoulder blade floats. Notice you just move the shoulder forward until the shoulder blade is flat against the back. So it's the difference between doing this and doing this. Right? Shoulder blades are flat. What it does is it connects the upper back to the shoulders, to this whole region. So now when you raise the arms, it's the back that is actually holding up the arms, not the shoulders. So we can actually relax the shoulders quite a bit because the back is actually what's holding up this entire structure. Right? And then finally, we're going to, they say dip the chin, but really what you're doing is you're raising the point where the spine meets with the skull. Right? Because if the head is up, it creates a pinch in that spot. So what you want to do is undo that pinch. So you're lengthening the spine. You're lengthening the neck at that spot, at that point, by tipping the chin. So you want to make sure you're not doing this, or now you can't breathe anymore. It's actually a lengthening of the spine, lengthening of the neck. Okay? So the basic posture is then here. Hands are shoulder up. Hands are shoulder height. Back is rounded. Neck is lengthened. Hips are dropped. Knees are bent. You're sitting down on the feet. Okay? And notice, by the way, that the hands are up. You're not here. Right? Because if you're here, it means that your focus is actually ends at the wrist. And this creates a pinch. So the hand is alive. It's not tight. You're not clenching anything. The hand is simply alive. Right? All the way to the fingertips. Nice and relaxed. Engage all the way to the fingertips. So this is the basic posture. So you're here. And you're letting the tension and the weight of the body flow from the crown of the head through the spine, dropping the shoulders, dropping the elbows, through the spine, into the waist, into the feet. So that's the whole point of this, right? That when you're here, you've created a structure which is solid enough that you can actually relax into it. And you're not going to fall. So, as you're here, make sure there's space, by the way, underneath the armpit. So you're not here, but here. So this rounding of the back also opens up the space under the armpit. Right? So you're not here, you're here. The space is like having an egg under the armpit. But when you're here, just check into the body. Relax the neck. Relax the shoulders. Let the elbows drop, so you're not up here, but here. Let the weight of the upper body drop into the waist. Let the waist drop so the tailbone tucks in. Relax the waist and the buttocks. Let all that weight go into the thighs. That's what's holding you up, is the leg muscles, actually. And the weight of the body then goes through the legs into your feet. Right? So all of this is a relaxing of the front of the body, relaxing of the lower back, a lengthening of the neck. So the spine, by the way, is being lengthened upwards and downwards simultaneously. The hips tuck down, the neck tucks up. So the spine is nice and long. We're doing all of this so that the front of the body can be relaxed. Because the next thing we're going to do is breathe. It's very simple. We've all done it. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. But we're going to engage the diaphragm. Because usually the rib cage, which is solid and fixed, is fighting against the lungs as we inhale and exhale. So we want to bring that breath, relax that breath, bring it nice and low. So we're going to actually expand the belly. Right? So the belly is going to go out as we breathe in. And the belly is going to go in as we breathe out. In through the nose, belly goes out. Out through the mouth, belly goes in. And we do that so that the diaphragm can actually drop as we inhale. So the diaphragm right now is preventing the lungs from expanding down. So if you drop the diaphragm, the lungs can expand down. So the breath becomes longer and deeper. And we do this using the belly. And it's not forced, the belly's relaxed. You're not forcing, you're not pumping the air, you're letting the air in, letting the air out. If you can think of it, as you breathe in, let the tongue flop up against the roof of the palate, right? So the tongue just lifts up, so just so the tip of the tongue touches the roof of the palate. That's so that energetically the connection is made between the entire face, so that the mouth doesn't become this gap, this hole in your face, essentially. So, now we're here, we're in the basic posture. We're breathing in, nice and deep, belly goes out, breathing out, belly goes in. And that breath is going to become your focus. Right? So once you're here, you check in first in the body. Make sure there's no tension in the neck, no tension in the shoulders and the elbows. Drop the waist, so you're relaxing the lower back. Let all that tension, all that physical tension just drop into your feet and out into the earth. Then breathe. Start focusing on the breath. How does it feel to be breathing in? How does it feel to breathe out? And just focus. If you want to, you can count the breaths. Whatever is going to help you maintain your focus on the breath. Not on the muscular tension, not on the pain, so you're not standing there going, oh my God, I'm suffering. This is so terrible. Instead you're going, no. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. Discover the places that you can relax. That, surprisingly, you can relax without losing the structure. So usually we all have a lot of tension in the waist, and especially in the butt, and we realize that actually in order to tuck in the waist, you can unclench the butt, you can unclench your whole hips, and you still maintain that structure. Right? That should feel like a release of the pressure in the lower back. So the lower back can finally relax. Right? Because all that tension, all this releases, all that tension flows down into the thigh muscles. The thigh muscles become the one place that are actually tight because they're holding you up. Right? And so that's the basic posture. And you can hold that as a standing meditation, as an energy work, right, for as long as you can. And you try to hold it for long enough that you feel the tension, you feel the tightness in the shoulders, so that now you can relax them. You can identify it. Half the time we don't know where we're holding tension, but holding that position reveals the places that unknowingly we were holding up, and then you can just go, huh, drop them, just because you're getting tired of holding them up. Until finally, you fall into the most efficient and relaxed place, simply out of exhaustion, because your muscles are too tired to work, so you just stand there. And then you relax, and you breathe, and you hold the position. This is a very simple position. It is also a physical exercise, which is why I think it's fantastic, especially if you're trying to develop a very low impact exercise. If your mobility is compromised, if you can't do a lot of exercises, this is actually great because you are engaging muscles to hold you up. It's not as simple, as easy as it seems, especially when you start holding it for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 15 minutes. You will feel this is not an easy exercise, but it has a very low impact on the body. You're not using joints. Once you're here, you just hold it. The muscles are engaged. You will feel the exercise. You will probably be sweating by the end of it, and very happy to finally drop the arms and shake out the legs. So it's a great minimal impact exercise. It does engage you, and energetically also there's a lot of things happening, which would be a different lesson. So that's the basic posture. It's also very important because we see the basic posture everywhere else. Whenever we do the form, when we do the rest of the exercises, the basic posture is our reference point. This idea of the knees bent, hips tucked, back rounded, spine nice and vertical and extended, all of that we're going to see over and over and over again. So this basic exercise, this basic posture is really important to get correct. It's worth spending the time to just sit in it and really experience it. Carry the tiger. Carry the tiger is a little more of a stretching exercise, right? So it's a little more physically involved. Essentially, we start just like the basic posture. Feet parallel, shoulder width apart, knees bent, hips tucked, arms to the sides, shoulders nice and relaxed, spine is nice and vertical. And from here, we inhale and reach up and stretch up and drop the arms to shoulder height. Now, open the chest, rotate the shoulders, palms facing down, and then drop, squat, brush the hands in front, rise up, turn the hands, and come back into the basic posture. So again, this is a stretch up on the inhale, and then exhale, drop the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, open the chest, turn the shoulders, so now the palms are facing down, and now we're going to go into a squat, keeping the heels on the ground. Right, so it's better to do this, if that's all you can do, than it is to kind of lean forward and not have the stretch. What you're trying to do is to stretch the Achilles tendon down here. So you just go straight down, as straight as you can, heels on the ground, cross the hands in front like you're scooping water, then rise up, turn the hands over, and settle in the basic posture. We're doing all of that with a breath. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, open the chest, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, so again, inhale, rise up, stretch up. Exhale, drop the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, rotate the shoulders, palms facing down. Exhale, squat, scoop the water in front. Inhale, turn the hands over. Exhale, right? Shake, hold, shake, hold, shake, hold. Right? 3 stretches that happen. Stretch up, stretch open, and then stretch as you squat, stretching the Achilles tendon. 3 stretches. That's the essence of carry the tiger, also known as carry the tiger and return to the mountain. Return to the mountain. Okay? That's carry the tiger. The celestial tiger is a variation on carry the tiger. It's aimed more towards internal energy work. So this is more qigong more than anything. It's a great way to close out a warm-up session because there's a lot of breathing. It's very gentle. Celestial tiger starts very simply. And again, there's going to be a breath with every single move. So from the same starting position, feet are parallel, shoulder width apart, knees are bent, hips are tucked, spine is nice and vertical, shoulders are relaxed. From here, just inhale, raise the arms, and exhale. Now, keeping the palms down, inhale, and exhale. Turn the palms up. Inhale. Exhale. Now stretch them. Palms forward. So we're here. Stretch the palms forwards. It's almost like you're pointing with the pinkies. Right? Pointing with the pinkies. Stretch up. There's a compression of the chest that happens. and exhale. Ho. And then turn. Ho. So we're here, and now we turn. Ho. Palms out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, point up, and exhale. Ho. Inhale, drop the arms, chest open to the heavens. Ho. Turn, inhale, scoop back towards the kidneys and bring the hands to the front. Now again, ho, just like here at the tiger, squat down, inhale, bring the hands up, but this time exhale, bring the hands over the head. Inhale, bring the hands down. When you cross the heart, exhale. Ho, sitting down, knees bent, hips dark. And again, inhale, ho. Inhale, ho. Turn the hands up, inhale, ho. Point the fingers forward, ho. Turn the palms out, ho. Reach up, inhale, ho. Drop the arms to shoulder height, open the chest up. Ho. Turn the hands, reach back towards the kidneys. Inhale. Exhale, scoop down. Ho. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Ho. Bring the hands over the head. Inhale, bring the hands towards the heart. Exhale, push the hands down. Ho. That's the celestial tiger. Okay? So, simple, but we're moving energy up and down over the body, right? Compressing the chest here, opening the chest. So we're getting all of the channels, including the back and the front, closed and open. All right? So we're getting that pumping action happening within the chest. All very gentle, all very simple. Just kind of bring the breath, let the breath kind of move the body as we do this. All right, so and settle. And settle. Right? Nice and relaxed. But you do want to play with the constriction, then the expansion of the muscles, right? You want tight and then completely relaxed. Tight and then completely relaxed. You don't want to stay in the same state. The whole idea of this is that you go from up to down, right? So you're moving. You want to have that sense of the motion, the transformation within the body, because it's that transformation which then generates the proper flow of energy, the proper flow of blood, right? Because you compress and then you release, so now the blood can flow through all the way down. And we're going to use the celestial tiger as a closing. It's a great way to kind of relax. You do it 3 or 4 times, and then you come back. It's the hands on the belly. It's a great way to close off these sessions. So eventually you do all 3 of these moves together. You start with carry the tiger, just to kind of get the body moving. Then you hold the basic posture for several minutes. And then you close with the celestial tiger. And that gives you a morning routine. Doesn't take very long. It can take 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 9 minutes, however long you want to hold the basic posture. And it's just a great way to start the day. It really energizes the body, gives you a nice stretching exercise, gives the muscle a chance to work, and then you can go on your day.